YouTube fans, this is Zuby Masters returning to my Let's Play of Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouching over this. According to Monokuma file, her only injury is the stab wound on her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. I'm not to say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
No.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. Were you concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience? Of course, quick deaths are my specialty. Well then, that makes sense. The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. Right, I don't see any obvious murder weapon that could be a clue. This floorboard is the one right under Tenko. Why is this floorboard loose? It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance. Why would it come loose during the seance? A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily, and someone must have loosened it on purpose. Had her forehead on this rock hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. This cage using the same. It's around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage, big enough for a person to fit inside. Rushing to remove the cage first.
Hey,
Look at this.
is this?
A blood stain from the bottom of the cage, probably Tenko's blood, yeah.
That's true.
I imagine so. The splatter must have been when she was killed.
What do you mean?
I mean, Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. When the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then,
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain the blood stain, right? Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still. The hole looks like there's space under here. Hold on. I can see something below it. It looks like something dropped.
got a minute?
Why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves? Alright, let's do it. So why did she be used for the seance? This was placed on top of the cage. Hio was the one who removed it.
Is this?
Cloth is pretty thick. Similar to a window curtain, but it's completely up and on the back. There's a blood stain on it right around the middle of the sheet.
But
No holes in the fabric, which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through the cloth. She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. I believe it's called the Dog God. This wooden dog statue is pretty heavy.
I remember correctly.
It says it's around 175 pounds. It's about the weight of 2 girls.
What?
What do you know about girls? Have you ever touched a woman besides your mother? What?
I'm kidding.
Kidding.
Is this?
It's on top of the cage, and Tenko would have been able to get out easily. You're right. Sound like you were kidding earlier. Man, what a lame function. You could have made him like a Transformers. Threw on the floor. Well, at least it was. It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable. Was it drawn with salt? Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt. Are you feeling it right? You sound ridiculous. Ridiculous? I have performed many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my body. Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Maki really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually. In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle. We'll find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village document.
Hey.
Isn't that right? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense.
That cannot be.
Why did this? Yo, I know the murder was pretty shocking. Of course I'm shocked about that as well. But why did the seance fail? He performed all the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder.
Yes.
If we perform the child cage again and summon Tenko's spirit this time. Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Since both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
Yes.
True, it may be the best to move past what has happened. I know why the seance failed.
Is that so?
Whatever, just hurry up. Finally, we sang the Cage Child song. The seance would have been completed, but now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. It's a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. It was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
Yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Koichi relight the candles. And then we removed all items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First all four of us removed the dog god statue. And next I took out the white cloth, and then Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it, and it sounded like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance. But it would not be difficult in such darkness. Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed? That's the problem.
Yes.
There is another problem. And this is why ever did the seance fail. I simply cannot figure it out. Did someone move from their corners? Did someone else sneak in here?
What's the point?
Since the seance was clearly a sham. It's never one to pull her punches.
Hey.
Rocky, we finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the
By the
floor.
way,
It seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
It's true.
Let's bring candles. With Kivo's light from up here, this should be fine. And go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay.
Okay, got it. Hey, our way through the hole under the floor.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues. I'd be pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around this dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, this part of the crossbeam that supports the floorboard is cut off.
that's true.
It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width. From what point I can see of it,
That's true.
it was broken off naturally. This was cut by something. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is why? Another cross piece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing. So what purpose did this serve? Purple did all this, then why? Blood stain underneath the loose floor. There's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping. It's under the same floorboard, just a different end. Why is the blood here? Hey, the back of this floorboard has blood on it too. Right, there's a little bit of blood on this side of this floor.
What do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got
That's true.
I wonder. Can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these blood stains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over.
Okay.
The blood on the sickle is fresh. Is this the murder weapon? This is it. This is the murder weapon. This came from my research lab.
Huh?
It did?
Well,
A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes too. If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't have stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches.
that's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself.
But
But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade should fit through the gaps in the cage, but it would reach her.
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible.
Hey,
Hey, if this weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
it's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle into the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible.
hey.
Welcome to the room, right? Looks like the wood will... It looks like natural. This hole was made intentionally. But I can get through the next room through.
That's true.
If I remember correctly, the next is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around. He did alright because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. That might make it possible to move around. It could have used a light like we're doing right now.
Well,
True. Move around under the floors? Is that possible?
is that all right?
I'm gonna head back. Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. I returned to our investigation.
By the way,
We were being investigating this room. You sure that's why? Pretty neat.
because
If Angie and Tenko had different killers, then Black and we need to vote for is the culprit for the first murder, the culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said. So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's?
Okay.
Yes, of course.
But
But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the 2 who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan to investigating the other crime scene again, we should hurry. When I came to the hallway, I seemed more surprised than I could ever.
it's a lie.
Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry and say, "What are you doing?" It's alright, I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Why?
So what are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard. You stepped through a floorboard? Hey, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard.
Got a minute?
Going to lose consciousness due after you tell us everything. Oh, sorry, my bad. I guess there's no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. What bad luck. Crosspiece was gone? Does that mean...
Confidence, dreams. That's what the killing game is all about. Killing game fans, hold your head high and watch with your own two eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games, they're all nothing compared to the killing game. The killing game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds.
Because time's up. Yeah, it's because you guys didn't have enough time to check something. What were you trying to check?
See?
I wanted to research the seance again, so I brought the document. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. He will perfectly reenact the seance as it was written in the document. He drew his magic circle in the same exact as the picture. Not only that, he used the exact same tools too. Nothing suspicious about this whole... Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. At the class trial, so see you there. Well, let's go.
That's true.
Yeah. Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous. What are you staring at? Do you want to die? It would appear we have all gathered here, but it seems there are less of us here. Less friends mean that much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gonta. Yeah, Gonta do his best to help. I want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level. Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaito? Yeah, I'm feeling better now. But wow, Maki Roll sure does pack a punch. It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have tried so far. I know it's tall order, but try to use your brains this time, so I don't have to use mine. This golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world. It's as though every time you open your mouth, you became less likable. Atua, please lend us your power. It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most of all. She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place, but seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in a god, especially Atua.
I also.
So what? Robots can believe in God.
Indeed.
Actually, before I met Ranji, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble. How long are you going to stay that for? Atua and Ghost don't matter right now. Yeah, the trial this time is going to be rough. We got caught in much trap.
That's right.
He probably made the 4th floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating.
Right already.
No, he didn't. Yeah, there's no way.
Hey, so
Shoichi, say something. What should I say? Usually we walk towards the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors step forward, we descended. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the ever seemed to move faster, and so we fell faster and faster down into the elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light shined on us from the other side of the bright light of our future, or it is.
uh-oh.
Boy, this looks really depressed. It must be because there's even less participants. Don't say that. They look depressed. You'll make Monad upset. As much as I love to keep hearing these adorable back and forth, let's hurry up and get this started. At last, the crash trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. The 3rd class trial is about to begin. Angie, on the ultimate artist. She created the ultimate academies to try and prevent the killing game. Then Tenko Kabushira, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. The 2 who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? 2 different people? We need to pin that down in this class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial.
With a basic explanation of the class trial. During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now, smiles, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
Sorry, everyone. I think I'm gonna be much help this time. Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman!
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Who did it? Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
Hmm? What do you mean?
The transfer student. Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on. This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed two of our classmates!
No! So, ritual did work?
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes. Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop it!
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed two of our classmates!
No! So,
Who was resurrected?
so ritual did work?
No, that's wrong!
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded. According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual. If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second! I can't let that comment stand! Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true! I never lie about motives.
Daddy said so, so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodam back to life.
Monodam is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodam's corpse.
impossible!
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who did it? Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this. I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Why?
Don't play dumb with me, Creepshow. I already know what happened. The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out of Angie! Oh yeah! I'm a fucking genius! The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was... the murder weapon. You were the only one.
I did not care about some katana. Just admit it, you shitty worm. You went to the classroom, broke in.
That's wrong!
No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah, before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Oh, how clever.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
You mean one of those 2 people. Because a robot ain't people, Jack.
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
Hurry up! The culprit should confess already! Gonta, Keyboy, or Tsumugi? Well...
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
I'm
not the culprit.
not the culprit.
possibilities. Surely there must be suspects outside the student council.
That's utterly impossible.
A dead chick
Not just
can't be
anyone
the
can open
culprit.
that door. Only student council members head out.
I heard it! No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by clicking it.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit staring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit was me, all along.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were two doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was. That's it! The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool. katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was in the sliding lock
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigies hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say we had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
Well, that's it for this video. Hope you like it and stay tuned.